Good. The story today for multiplying and dividing radicals is extroverts date extroverts and introverts date introverts. So I think of radicals as a house. So I think of people inside the house are introverts. And I think of numbers outside the house as extroverts. And so if extroverts say extroverts, they go outside and party and then they date outside the house. Well, how introverts date is that they stay inside the house and they do things like watch Netflix. So when I multiply radicals, extroverts date extroverts, introverts date introverts. So 3 times -4 would be -12, and then 5 times 16 would be 80. From here, I want to check if inside the house can simplify. So it'll go from 8 to 10, 2 to 4, 2 to 2, 2 to 5. So I circle all the ones that are dating. So these two date, and then this one's a single one. So what it looks like is that originally we have -12 times the 2 times another 2, and then the one that stays inside house is 5. So it would be 12 times 2 is 24, times 2 is -48, square root of 5. And then this would be your final answer. If I was looking at this one, I know that these distribute. So the first one, extroverts date extroverts, introverts date introverts. So it will be 15 root 45. And then with this one, the second one, I know that this one is only an extrovert. So, and there's no introverts next to it. So extroverts date extroverts. So it'll be 10 root 15. And from here, I want to see if this square root of 45 simplifies. So it's going to be 9 and 5, 3 and 3. I know these two date, so they go outside the house. This one's single. So 15 times this 3 right here would be 45 root 5. Because I know the single one stays inside the house. And then I know that square root of 15 doesn't simplify. So then this right here would be your final answer. Okay, so with this problem, I'm going to FOIL. So it's going to look like this. And for this to work, I always like to put the imaginary 1 here, so I know that there is a number in front. It's just going to be 1. So for the first one, I know it's 1 times 3 is 3. Square root of 2a times 2a is 4a squared. Plus 1 times 1 is 1. 2a times 5a is 10a squared. Plus 2 times 3 is 6. 3a times 2a is 6a squared. Plus 2 times 1 is 2. 3a times 5a is 15a squared. Okay, so for this one, I want to see which one simplifies. So I know the 4 and 4 goes to 2 and 2, so they date, and they go outside the house. This becomes A and A, they date, and they also go outside the house. So it's just now going to be 3 times 2, which is 6, and then A up front. With this one, these A date also, because there's two A's, and they go outside the house, so it's just going to be A square root of 10, plus, I know the pattern is going to be the same, so I know the A squared, they're going to go outside the house and date, leaving the single 6 inside the house. And I know that the A squared inside the house is the same pattern, so it's going to be 2A square root of 15. And then I look at all the ones inside the house, they're all different. And so I know that this would be your final answer. Okay, so we're looking at this one. I know that dividing radicals is the same thing as multiplying radicals. So extrovert state and introvert state. So square root or 20 divided by 4 is going to be 5. Square root of 20 divided by square root of 10 is going to be 2. So then that would be your final answer. With this one, the same idea. So 2 divided by 8, it can't divide, but it can reduce to 1 over 4. Square root of 40 divided by square root of 10. I know it's going to be square root of 4. N squared divided by n squared, they're just going to cancel out. So then from here, I look at the square root of 4. Can that simplify? I know that's 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. Divided by 4. I know this can reduce to 1/2. Then this will be your final answer.